Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, everybody. I'm here to give you guys a recap on a new episode of Mob Psycho 102 or Mob Psycho 100 Season 2 on episode 6. This episode right here looks really cool. It took a little, some different turns for both our characters, Mob and Reagan, so if anything else, let's just get this started. Let me get over this little past backstory where what happened 4 years ago where Reagan actually rented a place and was able to, get an idea of doing spirit exorcism or something, and eventually I think Mob will come to him and his business will be booming a bit, something that he built up from the ground up. And then eventually we see to it that Mob in his present school life that he's really enjoying himself, hanging out with the people at the club, along with the other guy, along with this other chick and the other boys, hanging out doing stuff. And of course Mob gets a call from Reagan out of nowhere, and of course Mob does tell Reagan after he helped him exercise his spirit, can you stop calling me on short notice or something? And Reagan kind of screwed up by telling telling Mob off by saying, oh, those people don't care about you, what you talking about, choose your social groups wisely, they're just using you to a bitter end, blah blah blah. And this really upsetted Mob a bit by telling him, I don't think what you're saying is all true at all. I have some people that care about me, and I do have some friends, Of course, this caused, after this little small bickering here and there, after what Reagan said, which was his own screw-up, Mob decides to cut ties from him for a while, or really just cut ties at all. So, we see to it, of course, eventually, that Reagan thinks he's not all sad at all, but after he saw Mob with some friends, and when Mob hang out with his brother, well, Mob did not see him hang out with his brother, but when he saw Mob hanging out with with two friends of his doing etc., he's really surprised. Eventually, he does have some short notifications from his mother here and there, and then eventually after looking into it, etc., and after going out for a drink which never had any alcohol, we see to it that that Reagan, on the other hand, decides to change into a different man, which is pretty cool. I mean, he widened his own kind of work, beautifying the city, doing some volunteer work of cleaning up, and then offering some advice, have some seminars. He even took on a job which involved a lot of computers, and I mean, yes, a lot of computers. Something involving someone who's a freaking major #1 killer in the game, and his name is Killer. And he decided to take on this job, and eventually his popularity will boom up into multiple things. He even used multiple accounts and multiple computers to try to take on this guy. I'm thinking about man, Reagan, you go out of your leg, man. And I mean, this guy was starting to change, He's not trying to depend on Mob anymore due to the fact of what he's done, and maybe he wanted to change into a different man, and therefore he did. But eventually, he would have his popularity boom up to 100% and would be invited to be on some kind of TV show, or a national TV show, which apparently was set up by that priest or whatever that his name is, to try to maybe ruin Reagan whatsoever, because he heard from his subordinates that he got a knee to the gut or something, but Reagan did that to try to save that old man's life. If you guys remember many episodes ago about what Reagan did about kneeing him, etc., I'm pretty sure you all know what I'm talking about. That's if you read the manga or you're up to date with the Mob Psycho 100 anime series. And yeah, that priest wants revenge on Reagan for what he's done to him by ruining him on TV and public and everywhere. And of course, we see to it, there's a preview of the next episode where it says true identity or identity. I don't know what it is, but all I know is something about the truth, but who knows. Anyways, like I said, well, simple episode as it is, Mob kind of gets upset about Reagan says to him, but saying that nobody cares about him, they're just using him. And Mob and Reagan does get into a little small bickering here and there. Well, that's most likely Reagan's fault, but they took separate ways. Mob wants to hang out with his family. He hanged out with his brother, hanged out with some other friends, and enjoying himself. Even Dimple couldn't seem to like it. Seems to see to it that Reagan screwed up pretty badly. As for Reagan, he decides to be something else, which is a cool thing. I mean, even though his business is all shady and full of but at least he's even trying. At least he's even trying right now, which is pretty slick. But now that he's on TV and might have to be confessing or maybe get humiliated, where is he gonna get to now? And of course, I think Mob will be watching him on TV soon. I mean, preview next episode showed that. So overall, that's about it, people. I will see you guys in the next video. I'm Alpha Zero. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time. All right, peace out. Bye bye. Toot toot.